already drenched Coors Field in Denver. MLB The Show is on the air. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the Boston Red Sox and the Colorado Rockies. Interleague Baseball, next. German Marquez is on the mound for the Rockies in this one. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, Matty V, we're looking at a guy that has a pretty good number of pitches that he throws, but one in particular is the sinker that he's added to his repertoire. When he needs a ground ball or he gets himself into a spot where he needs to possibly roll up a 2-ball, I think that's the pitch we're going to see often from him in this one, that sinker down in the zone.
And it's fouled away. One and one to Schwarber. Previous history with German Marquez. He's had some success, 5 for 11. He also has 1 home run. 1 and 2 now as that one's fouled off. Into the windup and the pitch. Outside and low that time. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bouncer to the left side. McMahon gathers it in. And the throw on to first will take care of him. So he's thrown out by the only man standing on the left side of the infield. 1 away.
The center fielder, number 5, Kike Hernandez.
Now it'll be Kike Hernandez. First pitch of the AB now.
Count 1-0.
1 out, nobody on. A ball and a strike. Hernandez behind a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Misses for the second ball.
I know he missed with a fastball right there, but this guy's arsenal, you can't figure out what he's trying to do. He's got a lot of different directions he could go in right here.
And he fouls this one off. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
To me, when it's raining, the approach at the plate has to change a little bit, especially if you're a guy that can run a little bit. Put the ball in play any way possible, especially on the ground. Making plays in the rain becomes exponentially tougher to do when it's wet. So these offenses really need to limit the strikeouts.
Xander Bogaerts is in with 2 away as he takes a ball, 1-0. Two balls and no strikes for Bogaerts. Three and 0 now.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had the green light here. Matter of fact, I know he's got the green light here. He's looking for something set or cut, and he's looking to do damage.
3-1.
Got to believe he had the green light in that situation. 2 outs, 3-0 count. This guy can certainly handle the bat. That's a perfect situation to let him loose. But I love the fact that he's keyholed in a certain area, and it wasn't what he was looking for.
Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now the 3-2 pitch. Lifted down the line in left. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. The next 3-2. And we'll have the first base runner of the ball game here as that misses, and it's a 2-out walk.
Batting fourth, the third baseman,
Rafael Devers, the next to bat. Previous history with German Marquez. He's hitless in 3 at-bats. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Hit to short. Story brings it in. And as it turns out, the two-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. Red Sox leave one. The Rockies coming up. We've got no score. Chris Sale gets the ball for the Red Sox in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Well, Matt, when Chris Sale's healthy, he's as good as any left-hander in baseball. He's coming back from Tommy John surgery. When he's right, he throws to the upper mid-90s. He'll approach triple digits. Good hard slider. He's the modern-day version of Randy Johnson. He's a nightmare for left-handed hitters as he throws from that low three-quarter arm angle.
And stepping in, Raimel Tapia. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Now here it comes. On he pops it up. Bogarts into shallow left. He's there and records the first down.
Batting second, the second baseman, Brendan Rodgers.
So the next to bat will be Brendan Rodgers. First delivery to him.
Hey! 0-1 to count.
A 1 pitch on its way. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Patrick Johnson.
You know, D-Roll, Patty Johnson, decent strike zone, but isn't always super consistent. I think that's one of the things that irritates players and pitchers.
Yeah, you're going to see a few glares, not only from the offensive guys, but maybe the guy on the mound as well. He needs to be a little bit more consistent.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. A little low. It's 2-2. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
He showed right there why having a good changeup is so valuable. 2-2, and he flips one up there that the bottom really falls out at the last minute. It's so hard to pick up, and it's even harder to make good contact with.
Here's Charlie Blackmon now. As Sale will get the upper hand to start the at-bat here at strike 1. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. Sale has his target. Here it is on 0-1. Rolled slowly down the first baseline. Throw cleanly into first, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Colorado. Still no score. As we begin the second inning in Denver, here's Heidi with an update on the weather conditions.
Matt, I am hearing that heavier rain is expected to pass through the ballpark at some point later in the game. The umpiring crew would, of course, like to get this one in uninterrupted, but it is possible that we could be looking at some sort of a delay if they determine the weather is impacting the play on the field.
All right, Heidi, thanks. We'll hope for the best, of course, but guys, you have to assume these players are probably going to be impacted by this weather at least a little.
Yeah, Matty, 100% it's going to be bothersome. They're going to have to watch their spikes. They're going to have to maybe gather themselves to get that extra grip on the baseball. But from a position player standpoint, you just can't lose focus. Starting pitchers are the ones that are going to have the most problems with it.
In there, 1-1. And it's 1-2.
You can really tell they're trying to keep the ball in on this big slugger right here.
Is that an effort to keep him from getting extended, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt, but he might spin to win if he starts looking for it in there.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And the knuckle curve that time. Got him swinging, and that's the first out.
Not a lot of guys throw that knuckle curve, but some guys have a lot of success with it. Some say it has more bite than the traditional curveball, but I think it's more of a feel thing. It just works for certain pitchers, and it worked right there.
Alex Verdugo digging in now as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Ground ball foul down the left side.
You don't see too many guys at this level be late on off-speed pitches right there. That tells me he was totally sitting on something else or was going automatic take.
And another foul ball. Here's another 0-2. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away. Stepping in next, Christian Vasquez, trying to avoid becoming the third strikeout victim of the inning here. And now the first pitch. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1. Out in front there as this one's pulled off to the left side. No score here as we play inning number 2. That misses, and we're even at 2-2. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Struck him out, so he makes quick work of him here. 3 straight strikeouts, and the side is retired. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Last half of the second set to go. And coming forward now is the shortstop, Trevor Story.
The shortstop, Trevor Story.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1. Story stands 6'2" as you see him in the right-handed box. He was selected in the first round back in 2011.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
A ball and 2 strikes now.
Got to pitch to the ballpark's dimensions right here. Love the execution of that pitch down in the zone. Got to keep the ball in the yard.
Count even at 2-2. Into the windup and the pitch. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. So now into the box is C.J. Cron.
C.J. Cron.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch.
Oh, that's out.
Bottom of the second here with no score. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Two balls and a strike to C.J. Cron.
You know, from an offensive standpoint, they already knew they had their work cut out for him against a great pitcher. But if he's going to locate like that, this is going to be a tough day.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
And that's outside. He lost him ball 4.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving on up where he can really hurt you.
One out, runner at first, and Ryan McMahon digs in to bat next. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. That's by him for strike 1.
Hey, I know they say this is not the place you want to work up in the zone for fear of home runs going out of Coors Field. But I'll tell you what, maybe he's enticing some more swing and miss up there. Maybe going to work a little bit more north and south today.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Gloved by Bogaerts. One there. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Rockies are down quietly. We'll move to the third with no score. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Christian Arroyo. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
Now the pitch. A swing and a ground ball to third. And there's the first hit of the game for the Red Sox.
And that's one of those plays that stay with you for an entire game. You want to get the first out on what appears to be a routine play, but you can't get it done. The good news, he has some time to redeem himself.
To the plate now, Chris Sale. And they'll indeed have the pitcher squaring around as he puts this one down. And you can't ask for much more out of a pitcher than that. The sacrifice works to perfection. So the lineup flips over and digging in, Kyle Schwarber. He bounced out last time up. First offering on its way. Fouled off. Here's the 0-1.
1-1.
Coming down in buckets, cats and dogs. Insert metaphor here, and the forecast is not showing any signs of relief.
You know, one of the big issues is player safety, and right now this field is getting sloppy wet, Matt, and I don't know how much more rain this field can take.
Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
Ready on 1-2. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. He stays alive, still 2-2.
You know, taking you inside the mind of a batter right here, you can't get in auto swing mode. You still have to control the strike zone.
And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2.
These are the kind of ABs, regardless of the outcome, you go back to the dugout as an offensive player, and your teammates are loving on you for making that pitcher work and battling it out.
And he'll get to see another one. It'll be the 10th pitch of this at-bat. Both teams so far yet to crack the hit column. And this misses for ball 4. The second walk he surrendered here in the first 3 innings.
I'm sure the manager is fine with that. He tried to entice him with that 3-2 pitch, but he didn't take the bait. First base was open, though, so he just needs to make a good pitch for a ground ball.
So runners at first and second here with 1 away. And that means the plug-and-play utility man Kike Hernandez will bat next. And he'll start him with a slider that's taken down and away for ball one. Arroyo on second. Schwarber is over at first with one away. And a double steal try here. That evens it up 1-1. From the belt, the pitch. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Hey, time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
On the ground to short. This could be 2. Story picks it up to second for 1. Relay to first in time. And just like that, this side is retired. 1 left for the Red Sox. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And that'll bring up the catcher, Elias Diaz.
The catcher, Elias Diaz.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Ball 1, no strike.
The 1-0.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
In for strike 2. And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Striding in is Garrett Hampson.
Number 1.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That was a great hack right there. Timing was on point. Just sometimes you have bad bat barrel accuracy.
Popped him up. Bogarts is there. And he makes the catch for the second out.
Batting 9. The
So
pitcher.
here now's the pitcher, German Marquez. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. The pitch. This one's flared off to the right side. Martinez coming on. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Rockies. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. And that brings in Xander Bogaerts. Worked a walk in his first plate appearance.
Still a big bagel in that hit column, and this is where the frustration can start setting in on a team if they're not careful. It's never a good feeling when you know the guy out there on the mound is completely shutting you down.
Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches.
No one can make a play on this one, and the first Red Sox hit is good for extra bases. And he is into second base with a leadoff double.
He went with the slider, but the hitter wasn't fooled for a second. Gets the barrel of the bat through the zone and rips it down the line for a leadoff double.
Here now is Rafael Devers. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Now the 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouled away.
going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And the knuckle curve that time. Got him swinging, and that's the first out. Digging in will be J.D. Martinez. Struck out in his first at-bat. He's set. Here it comes. Ball 1 as he lays off below the zone. And this one gets away. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
Well, he has nobody to blame but himself. With one out, a runner on third can come home to score all sorts of ways. That's why, as a pitcher, you have to execute pitches even better when there are runners on base.
No score here, but a potential run is 90 feet away with one gone. Too high, and it's 3-0.
Props to the hitter right there for laying off with a guy on third. You want to be aggressive, but you have to get a pitch you can drive.
And he misses with one here. It's ball 4. So that'll at least bring the double play into the conversation with runners at the corners and one away.
Almost looked semi-intentional there. The bad news is that there are 2 men on base. The good news is that an inning-ending double play is now in order.
And the next up will be Alex Verdugo. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. First offering.
Hey, this is a spot as a pitcher right now you want to get a little bit greedy. Ideal would be to roll up a 2-ball. At worst, try to get yourself a strikeout.
The 1-0. Sent on the ground out to second. Dive, but it's in and out of the glove, and the run should score. Throw to first, not in time, as the run is across to score.
The batter.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
In now, Christian Vasquez, as he'll swing and lift a fly ball to right center. Hampson arranged to his left and put it away. 2 down. So 2 on with 2 away, and that brings up the former first-rounder Christian Arroyo. From the stretch. Way behind that pitch. It's 0-1.
Well, he kind of tipped his hand right there. His approach is obviously sitting on the off speed because he was so late on that first pitch heater.
Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Well above the letters with the fastball that time.
High fastball right there with a 2-strike count. You know what that might be doing? Setting up the next pitch. Could be that hard slider down and away. Something breaking down and away off the plate.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. To the left side, but it's well foul.
Looked like he was cheating a heater right there. A little bit too far out in front. Got to find a way to keep his hands back.
Frozen for strike 3, and that retires the side. A run on 2 hits in the inning for Boston. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. The Red Sox on top, 1-0. Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th. And striding into the plate next will be Raimel Tapia.
Raimel Tapia.
First pitch of the AB on its way. And he pours this one in at the letters. 0-1.
That elevated fastball right there. That is the biggest change in the game today for me. When I first came up, a lot of guys working that Greg Maddux east to west.
Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1. Three and one to the Rockies left fielder.
Great AB up until this point. A walk right here could really just infuse some confidence into this lineup.
And that misses for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk that starts the bottom of the 4th.
They haven't been able to register a hit against
No
this
matter,
guy,
number
but at
7,
least they have a base
second
runner here.
baseman,
We'll see if that leads to something.
Rogers.
Brendan Rodgers bats next. First pitch on its way.
Nope.
Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact. Tapia on at first, nobody out. Throw over to the bag and a dive, but he's back in there. The 1-0 home.
Well, that's it.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
On a rope to the second baseman, and the runner gets back. No double play.
Now batting, the right fielder, Charlie.
And that'll bring in
Blackman.
Charlie Blackman. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
Strike 1 to start the at bat. No runs, no hits, and 1 error in the ballgame for the Rockies so far. Blackman behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
Your idea of working a count goes out the window. You're frustrated right now, down 0-2. Gotta find a way to grind.
Good job of holding up on the low ball there, and it's 1-2. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. And a fastball blew it right by him, and they're 2 down.
What I like about that strikeout, guys, is that he came back with a fastball
Now
on 2-2. He was heading to count 0-2
Trevor.
earlier, but instead of continuing to
Story.
nibble a little bit, he decided to get aggressive again and to challenge with his hard stuff.
A check on first by Sale, and he's back in standing. Perhaps wisely, another look to first. And the runner back. And again a throw. And the fans don't like this at all. And that brings in the power hitting shortstop Trevor Story. Ball 1 to start the at bat. A runner on first with 2 away. A ball and a strike to Trevor Story.
Hey, I don't mind that batter taking that strike right there. He's walked a couple people early in this game. Got to find out if he can find the zone. If he wants to walk them all in, we'll take it.
A ball and 2 strikes.
He's looking pretty passive here, hitting with a chance to drive in a run. Gonna have to make something happen with 2 strikes now.
Here comes the 1-2. Gets him looking at the knees for the strikeout. 1 left for Colorado. It remains 1-0. all set for the start of the inning. And next will be the pitcher, Chris Sale.
41, Chris Sale.
First offering on its way.
He hasn't thrown that pitch much all game. I got to believe as an offense, you just got to throw that pitch away and move on to the next one.
Pulled toward right center field. Hampson is to his left as he puts it away in the alley for the first out of the inning.
The batter.
Back to the top of the order now. And next it'll be the left-handed power threat, Kyle Schwarber. First delivery to him. And it's fouled away. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. There's a fastball pretty close that time, but ruled a ball. 1-1. And he lays off upstairs, but it's ruled a strike, and he can't believe it. 1-2. And now a pitch on the way.
I got to count 2-2.
And this is swung on and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 5th. Next up for the Red Sox, Kike Hernandez. He was a double play victim last time around.
Yeah, rolling into a 2-ball will eat at you for the rest of the game at least, so you know he wants to make up for it right here.
And he takes a pitch that's ruled a strike at the knees. Pretty liberal strike zone there. It's 0-1. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Line to the right side. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. And this one will bounce into the wall. Around second now and headed for third. And he is into third with a 2-out triple.
The second this thing got past the outfielder, you knew it was at least a double, possibly a triple, but he turns on the afterburners and is safely into third.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now. 0-1 the count. It was a 2-bagger for him in his last at-bat. Comes set, the 0-1. Struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. No damage done after the 2-out triple. More ahead from Denver right after this. Welcome back to Coors Field in Denver as we check in with Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Rockies skipper Bud Black between innings, specifically about his club's offensive output to this point. And he told me he feels like they're being too patient at the plate right now. Too much of the time they're finding themselves in disadvantage counts like 0-2 and 1-2, and that's basically never a formula for success. He said they're getting a lot of strikes to swing at, so the emphasis the rest of the game has to be to jump on those strikes early in the at-bat.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks.
Leading up for the Rockies, the first baseman, C.J. Cron.
Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. C.J. Cron is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Grounded to short. Bogaerts has it. And a good throw gets him one gone.
Now batting.
So one down, no one aboard. And Ryan McMahon digs into that next. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. No balls and one strike. One out, nobody on. And he watches a called strike at the knees. No balls and two strikes.
His command has been outstanding so far, hitting nearly all of his spots, and that's been a big factor why he's been so successful up to this point.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch.
One ball.
That's back-to-back sliders on the outside part of the plate. Now would be a good time to come in with that good hard stuff inside.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Regardless of the result right here, to be down 0-2 and work it back to an even count, gotta feel like it's a win for the offense.
And he fouls this one off. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Grounder down the line at third. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes.
One down. 3-2.
Elias Diaz is on deck. The 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say
number
about that
35.
pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
Elias Diaz the next to hit. As Sale will get the upper hand to start the at-bat here at strike 1. 0 for 1, went down looking his first time up. Outside for a ball, 1-1.
Hey, this guy's got to be pretty proud of what he's done so far. It's never easy to pitch on the road, but to have this kind of outing in a ballpark that is notoriously known as being hitter-friendly, it's been a treat to watch.
Sale gets the sign. Here's the 1-1. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd foul. Here comes the 1-2 from Sale.
That's ball 2. 2-2.
Hey, offense needs to check itself right here. They need to make this starter a little bit more uncomfortable. 1 strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Full count now. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Both teams battling the elements thus far, but we've got a tight game through 5. We're back at Coors Field in just a moment. So here's the cleanup hitter, Rafael Devers. He's batting cleanup in this one, but will get us started here in the inning as they look to wake up the bats.
Yeah, not much to get excited about with just a single notch on the scoreboard, but you have to give credit to where it's deserved. The pitching on the other side has been really impressive.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. And he just keeps rolling along as he starts another batter out with strike 1. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
Nope.
This guy's been throwing the ball great so far, but he's going to be tested here. 4, 5, and 6 coming up this part of the lineup.
Tight break with the slider there. Catches the inside for a strike.
That's a dangerous pitch right there. Down and in slider for a called strike. He misses a little bit out over the heart of the plate, and that ball might not come back.
Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
The batter,
Stepping in once again is J.D. Martinez. It was a walk in his last trip. First pitch on its way.
1-0.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. One out, nobody on. Sliced hard on the ground. A diving effort here as he gets a glove on it. On the recovery throw is in time to get the out at first. What a heads-up play.
Now back left field.
Two men are gone now in the Boston half of the sixth, and that brings up the outfielder Alex Verdugo. First offering.
Ball 1, no strike.
The 1-0 home. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Blackmon going back, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. And now he'll get into scoring position with two away.
Their own pitcher is absolutely dealing right now, so this is a big moment in this game. If his teammates can pick him up and drive him in now, that might be all they need to get the W here.
Into the box now, Christian Vasquez fouled off. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Looking to keep this a one-run game. The pitch. Now a crazy swing here on a pitch that winds up hitting him. Nothing in 2.
On 0-2 here, he doesn't have to give in with a great pitch to hit. He's got a base open, so he has to focus on making a good pitch right here.
1-2 to the Red Sox catcher. And a shot back to the mound, but he manages to glove it. So they can't make anything out of the 2-out double. More ahead from Denver right after this. Bottom of the 6th inning now, and next will be a speed threat in the form of outfielder Garrett Hampson.
Number 1.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Strike taken up in the zone. And he falls behind 0-2.
Yeah, he's got these hit. Nice change of speeds.
Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
I know he buried that slider in right there, but that's a dangerous pitch. If he doesn't pot commit and bury that inside, it leaks out over the plate. He can get hurt with that pitch.
Just trying to freeze him with the fastball there. Pretty close. It's 2-2. Into the windup and the pitch.
Wow, from 0-2 to 3-2, and that last pitch on 2-2 wasn't even close. He had this guy in the ropes, but now he let him right back into this at bat.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And that one misses, so the leadoff man will head down to first on ball 4 to start the bottom of the 6th.
That's an excellent at-bat right there. Fell behind it early 1-2. Didn't panic or start chasing pitches out of the zone. He's able to lay off 3 pitches in a row, and he's standing on first with no outs. That's a great job.
Number 9 will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 9.
From the stretch. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. And a fastball here that's taken for ball 2. Little slide step action there, Dan.
Yeah, he's clearly thinking about the steal right here. Didn't happen, but the cat-mouse game continues on.
2 balls and a strike.
Hey, it's tough when your team is being held scoreless on the scoreboard. He was trying to put him on the board with a swing like that one.
Now a throw over, and he'll dive back in safely. And another throw over, keeping particularly close tabs on him. Hampson aboard here at first with nobody out. And a swing and a miss, as that looked like self-defense there. It's 2-2. Here's a look over to first, and a dive, but he's back. From the belt, the pitch.
Well, these guys haven't had too many opportunities yet to test the running game in this one, so they could decide to put a man in motion right here.
Hit in the air down the right field line. Martinez on the run, and no one will track it down. From the belt, kicks and deals. High in the air and deep to left center field. In there for extra bases, and there goes the no-hitter. The relay, throw to third, but he's in there as a run comes across to score on the play, tying the ball game.
Left fielder.
Hey, D-Row, it's kind of getting late early. That's only their first hit of the game, and we're into the 6th inning.
Yeah, this guy's been on point all day, working it in and out. Their pitching staff obviously did their homework on this offense. But right here, able to break through with the first knock. Hopefully the pass the baton mentality goes into effect, and we get some offense.
Raimel Tapia is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1. It was a walk in his last trip. A ball and a strike to Colorado's leadoff batter. On the ground to the right side. And he has delivered one of the biggest at-bats of the afternoon as he cashes in with a base hit. And that'll bring home the runner from third to make this a 2-1 ball game. And now time is called here as their pitching coach is going to pay a quick visit to the mound to discuss how they want to attack things here. So a runner at first now with nobody out. And that'll bring up Brendan Rodgers. From the belt, the pitch.
Hey, this isn't exactly the way you'd like to draw it up. Not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, but the bottom line is he's getting outs.
And a slider just about gets away from him there as it runs in a bit too close for comfort. The 1-1.
Hey, love the confidence in that pitch right there, going right after one of the better hitters on this team, not afraid to execute.
A runner at first with no outs here. Fouled away. Now another 1-2. In the dirt here, but it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. Runners off for second. Pitch inside the throw. And it's far too late as he steals second with ease. The 3-2 pitch. Swing, line drive. That's going to be troubled. He's in at second safely as a run will score on the play as well. Well, that stolen base a minute ago just became that much more important.
Yeah, man, if the runner's on first, this hit may or may not bring him home, but he was on second, so he cruises across the plate for the run. It's all about finding ways to manufacture runs, and they did just that there.
Here comes the Red Sox manager up out of the dugout on his way to the mound, and he's going to make a change as that'll be all for his starter, Chris Sale. He'll wind up lasting just 5 innings here. Didn't pitch all that poorly, yet he's gone nonetheless. Garrett Richards takes over on the mound here with nobody out in the 6th inning.
Garrett Richards.
Stepping in now, Charlie Blackmon. Now here's his shot out to right center field. He pulls into third safely, as also on the play, a run comes across to score.
The shortstop.
Hey, Dero, there's a prime example of a little ambush piece, right? Come up there looking to hit right off the get-go. First pitch comes in, whack, base hit.
Yeah, you want to know if this guy was ready to go? He had a game plan. Hashtag ambush. Here we go now.
Trevor Story steps in now as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. 0 for 2 for him to this point. The 0-1 pitch. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Hit high and deep out there to left center field. Verdugo backing up on it, and this one scoots all the way to the wall.
The pitcher had recovered from the sting of giving up a triple, and then he gets belted for a double. The lead grows, and the guy on the mound is probably wondering if his day is going to be ending soon.
So that'll bring up C.J. Cron. Line to the right side. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. The run scores from second. It's 6-1.
Take a look at this right here. He didn't get jumpy and try and pull it down the left field line. Stayed in there, fought hard, and grinded out a nice knock the other way.
Here's Ryan McMahon now, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
He struggled a bit coming out of the bullpen here, so he needed that strike. Maybe it settles him down a little bit.
The 0-1 pitch.
Ball 1. Get down, 1-1.
Good breaking ball there, laid off for the second strike. He's set, and the 1-2 pitch. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. A breaking ball swung on and missed, and he's set down for the second time this afternoon.
That's his second strikeout of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if a coach finds him in the dugout and gives him a little talk about shortening up and putting the ball in play. Good things tend to happen when you do that in these kinds of conditions.
At the plate, Elias Diaz, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. No hits to this point. Behind 0-2 now. Crone stands at first with one out. Tries the slider to ring him up, but he lays off 1-2. Two and two to the Colorado catcher. Liner towards second. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield. And now this is thrown wildly, just getting it into the infield.
Now batting.
I mean, that has to frustrate the guy on the mound right there. You get him down 0-2, no put-away pitch, works the count back to neutral, and is able to mix in a base hit. Nice job.
And that'll bring in Garrett Hampson as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. This, of course, his second appearance in the inning as they've now batted around. Fastball called for strike two. Hampson is a guy that has a lot of speed, no doubt about that. And while that's certainly a weapon for him offensively, it could be argued that it benefits him just as much on the defensive side of the ball, given the position he plays.
And not only just speed, but first step quickness speed. He's able to track balls down that other guys cannot get to. And sometimes that's half the equation.
Ball and two strikes. Here it is. Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he just misses inside with the fastball there.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
3-2 pitch. And it's fouled away. Now that's popped up. Vasquez looks up and reins it in for out number 2.
Now batting, number 9.
Standing in now, number 9. He'll swing and lift a ball fouled off to the left and out of play. He found his way over to third via a triple in his first at bat. Richards comes set. 0-1 on its way. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. Another good inning for the Rockies, and Blake Street might be beckoning for 1 or 2 of this bunch. On to the back third here this afternoon, and we've got it for you on the show. Welcome back. Here's Heidi Watney with the report as we get set for the top of the 7th. Heidi?
Thanks, Matt. During the commercial break, I talked about the Red Sox offense with the Boston manager, and he really emphasized that they're not doing a very good job capitalizing on run-scoring opportunities. With just 1 hit with runners in scoring position in a game, you can understand why he feels that way. But he also says he likes the way his guys are responding to the adversity. It seems as though they're keeping their energy and mood up, so we'll see if they can start coming through with some big hits as we go forward.
Number 45.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Scott Oberg is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7. Now to the plate, here is Christian Arroyo. He'll lead it off here as we begin inning number 7.
The second baseman, Christian Arroyo.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. And a ball 1-0. And this is just off the outside corner, ball 2. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. And this is a called strike at the letters. Looked like ball 3, but make it 2-1 instead. And ooh, that strike zone's getting a little inconsistent now. It's 2-2. Three and 2 the count to Arroyo.
Looked like he tried to elevate a fastball on that 2-2 pitch there, but kind of overdid it. With a pitch that high, it's pretty easy to lay off if you're the hitter.
Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out. Kevin Plawecki will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 25, Kevin Plawecki.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1.
Ball, that's too high.
Bases are empty. 1 man out. All even now. 2-2. And he strikes him out as well. So 2 punch-outs to begin the outing out of the pen.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
Into the box, Kyle Schwarber. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. The 1-0 is a fastball that misses. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Kike Hernandez would be next. 2 out, nobody on. Taking all the way, and it's 3-1 now.
He must know something we don't know. That was a center cut heater with count leverage in a big spot. I don't understand why he's taking.
And this is taken low for ball 4, and they'll have themselves a 2-out base runner here after all. So that's the second walk he's worked in this one.
Yeah, and that seems to be a popular approach when this guy steps in. He can really hurt you with one swing, so I think the idea is mostly not to let this one guy beat you, Matt.
At the plate now, Kike Hernandez. And he fouls this one off. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Again, another foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Schwarber leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
Well, that's back-to-back off-speed pitches, and he wasn't biting on either. Now gives the softer stuff another shot.
Here now the 2-2. He's got it. On to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Red Sox lead one. They trail 6-1. Martin Perez will take over on the mound to start the bottom of the seventh.
Number 54, Martin Perez.
And now, Raimel Tapia. He enters this at-bat 1 for 2 with a walk.
The left fielder, Raimel Tapia.
First offering on its way. Too low, 1-0.
0-1, no strike.
And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now.
Well, this is the matchup they wanted, bringing in the reliever, but falling behind 2-0 doesn't exactly help the situation very much.
Fouled off. Swing and a liner. And that'll get down for what should be extra bases. Around first, he's digging for second. And he will make it there as the Rockies are in business right away. It's a leadoff double.
And he just blasts this thing down the left field line. I thought it might bend foul, but it lands just inside the chalk, and he's able to leg it out for a double. Good looking swing.
To the plate now, Brendan Rodgers, as he'll swing and hit this one hard, but foul off to the left and out of play. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Here's the 0-1. And this is high, a ball and a strike. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. This one's down to third. Devers has it, and there's one away. Next, it'll be Charlie Blackmon. Triple homer run last time through, so we'll see what he's got in store here. Now a look and a throw back to second. And a dive, but he's back in. And now the first pitch. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second.
Wow, he's getting his daily conditioning in during the game. That's his second triple, so obviously he's seeing the ball great, and he's showing he knows how to motor around the bases just fine.
Stepping in now, Trevor Story, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one. He doubled his last time through. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. And he takes a called strike two. Fouled away. To third. Devers fields it cleanly. And there's out number two.
Now batting.
Two away now in the Colorado seventh. And that'll bring up the big first baseman, C.J. Cron. He's set and the pitch. There's a called strike as he nips the corner.
Yeah, that looked like an auto take right there, just trying to measure up this pitcher's stuff.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2. Blackman on third with 2 out. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. So a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. It's the Rockies 7 and the Red Sox 1. New inning set to get underway, and that'll bring up the shortstop and one of the better 2-strike hitters in baseball, Xander Bogaerts. Here's the first pitch.
Ball that time.
Here it comes, 1-0. Close pitch, but just a bit outside. He wanted it, but it's 2-1. And a swing and a miss, as that looked like self-defense there. It's 2-2.
Hey, I'd like to see a little bit more discipline in that. You get a count in your favor, and he's swinging a pitch that bad? Not good.
Here now the 2-2. Right side. Rogers picks it up. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. Next to stand in is Rafael Devers. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. The 0-1 delivery. And it's fouled away. Now a fastball here that'll wisely lay off, and it's 1-2.
Well, there's the classic 0-2 wasted fastball. Not even close to the zone. We'll see what he throws on the next pitch.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. 2-2. Just out in front of that one, still 2-2. 1 out, nobody on. And this is swung on and missed. 2 are quickly retired to start inning number 8.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best 2-strike approach either.
And that'll bring up J.D. Martinez as he'll take a look at ball 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Now the 1-0. Smoke toward the hole, and that is through into right field for a single.
The left fielder, number 99, Alex Verdugo.
At the plate, Alex Verdugo. He grounds it sharply to third. McMahon fields it cleanly. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. This one pretty well in the bag. Home half of the 8th straight ahead. It's the Rockies 7 and the Red Sox 1. In now for Colorado, Ryan McMahon. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead.
McMahon.
First pitch of the AB on its way.
Outside, that's a ball.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch to first. Fielded cleanly. And he'll step on first himself for the out. So one gone for the Rockies here in the 8th. And that'll bring up the catcher, Elias Diaz. Here's the first pitch to him. Good pitch there, called a strike on the inside corner. And he fouls this one off. Bases are empty, 1 man out. The next 0-2 pitch to him misses outside. Fouled off.
Hey, last 2 pitches back-to-back off speed, then he's laid on the fastball. He could pretty much do anything he wants right here on the mound.
Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His 3rd punch out of the game.
Fooled him just enough with that pitch to get him to go around, according to the umpire. Sometimes it can be really tough for these big, strong guys because once they're committed to swinging, it's hard for them to slow their swings down, and that appeared to be the case there.
First pitch on its way. Garrett Hampson is the batter now as he looks at a ball of 1-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Hit in the air down the right field line. Martinez on the run, but this will wind up being a foul ball. Lifted into the air out towards center field. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Colorado. They're on top 7-1. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Robert Stevenson will come on to pitch now as he'll move into the 8th spot in the lineup on the double switch here. Chris Owings is into the ball game as well as he'll slide into the pitcher's spot, hitting 9th now on the double switch. Striding in for Boston, Christian Vasquez. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. He's set. Here it comes. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike.
Probably a design take right there. They need base runners, so they're going to make them try to bring the ball in the strike zone.
A 1-1 count now to Vasquez. This is hit on the ground but foul. Here comes the 1-2. Lifted down the line in left. Tapia's in pursuit, and that will end up a foul ball. Another 1-2 delivery, and a swing and a miss on the fastball, and there's the first out here in the 9th.
Well, we've seen some really good pitching from these guys in this one.
Now
the bullpen has looked sharp and have backed up a nice effort turned in by the starter. These days, pitching has become a full staff effort, and I've been impressed with the job these guys have done so far.
In now, Christian Arroyo, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. His career numbers against this pitcher, not a big sample size, 0 for 1. 1 out, nobody on. And it's 1-1. Now a right-hander has started to get loose in the Colorado bullpen. And a half swing here, but this is in there for a called strike 2. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full. Ready to deliver the full count pitch. Holds off on the slider, and that's a good idea as it's ball 4.
Man, that's just painful for a pitcher right there. A 3-2 offering that was right on the corner, but he couldn't get him to chase, and he doesn't get the call. Can't beat yourself up about that one too much.
Hunter Renfroe will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Hunter Renfroe.
From the stretch. Arroyo, base runner at first with 1 out. And it's quickly 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
Nope, outside.
Lucky he got a piece right there. He was definitely late on that pitch after seeing a previous off-speed pitch.
Here's another 1-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Not a bad time right here to put that runner in motion. 3-2 count. You send the runner, and if it's a bad pitch, it's ball 4.
Runners on first with 1 down. Fouled away. And he misses again. Ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on balls.
Now batting, the first baseman.
So next to bat will be Kyle Schwarber. And these guys are making a little push here. You have to like the effort despite the odds.
Yeah, you really do, Matt. Look, they still have a significant hill to climb. But, hey, they string a couple of hits together here, and all of a sudden this thing feels doable.
First pitch of the AB now. And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. The 1-1 is strike 2 swinging.
Good thing he didn't make contact with that pitch. Only thing he could do is probably hit that on the ground. It could be a double play ball.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2.
Well, that'll wake everyone up. Anytime you buzz the tower like that, there's reason for people to start getting a little bit edgy.
And a full count as that misses. It's 3-2 now. Kike Hernandez is on deck. And he takes ball 4 again. And they clearly just don't want any part of him in this one.
That's a big no-no. He obviously had to work carefully with 2 men on, but he did not want to walk him to load the bases. Now he's really got his work cut out for him. We'll see how he fares here.
Next, it'll be Kike Hernandez. His prior history versus this arm. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. Here's the first pitch. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1.
So important getting ahead with the bases loaded. Already a difficult situation, so you don't want to make it any harder by falling behind in the count.
Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike. pulled high in the air out to left field.
Waiting on it is Tapia.
And the play is made, but this should be good enough for an RBI as the runner from third tags up. And the run is in to score from third. That makes it a 7-2 game.
Got his job done there and made it look pretty simple. Got it into the outfield to bring home the first run of the game and pick up the RBI.
Next up, Xander Bogaerts. And he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the ninth. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Timing just a tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right. 2 down, runners at first and second. Here's his splitter that's taken for a ball, 1-1. And this one's in the dirt. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Rogers scoops it up on to first, and that's your ball game.
Well, the discussion around this game is real easy. It goes back to that big 6th inning when they put everything together. They really broke out there and just brought it home after that.
7-2 the final score this afternoon. Colorado rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one. German Marquez earns the victory on the mound. So that'll do it for us. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
The final line score for the ball game this afternoon: